we'll see where the players are going to be forced to move in a lot of variable vertical terrain as we're going up the mountain monster.
Yep, and I said it before, you know, it's all about these new items. They're coming into play heavy. The Flint Knock, a great introduction to Fortnite, and this Shadow Bomb, another just really interesting development as far as the item goes on the scene right now.
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure that's the max count size. It might go up to 10, but I'm not sure the last time I saw somebody carry 8. And the funny thing is, too, he can just chain them then. Theoretically, he could keep people dancing for upwards of 20 seconds with that.
Which is insane, by the way. But just like that, you see the Boogie get its worth, right? You got that little knock right there. That's going to put him back in 100 HP as he is rotating across. And we talked about Animal and Sentinel boys. They're up in the high ground here. Yeah, second place is very, very, very pressure, right? Or a lot of pressure, I should say. There's a lot of pressure being in second place right now, the pressure to perform. But Brush and, oh my gosh, Brush has been doing it all day. They're actually gonna catch Clarity here with a huge pump shotgun shot. They catch the jump on the wall too, right there. So nice little easy edit for them. As they manage to find themselves another point there.
Yeah, great work as we get closer to that first placement threshold. Don't forget top 15, top 10, top 5 as those placement barriers for +3, +2, +2 points. Victor Royale that have the impact and end up deciding who goes to New York as Hogman ends up pushing into the box. Trap gets armed on the other side, immediately closes the box off, edits off, and sends Nosh back to lobby. Brilliant from Hogman.
Did go down right there, and now it's another little push right here. Tries to hit him with a nice little trap door. Animal doesn't quite connect though.
And we're into the top 10 now. 9 duos remaining as Gunblast does get dropped. We'll see if this duo opts to go down instead. Lal Sampa trying to just put shots from the high ground, but Aspect and Animal capitalizing there as they move to 8 elims. Germ and J-Love still a second time. Hogman and Fuzzy all of a sudden in great position to take this one out as J-Love is forced to try and pressure him down. But Animal knocks down Brush and takes him out, capitalizing there. Hogman gets knocked, but J-Love falls all the way down. He's going to get self-eliminated and doesn't get the conversion
so does Fuzzy.
over.
Fuzzy comes down, go toe-to-toe with Send Animal at the end here. What's Animal going to do? He looks through the edit. Does he know? Fuzzy's now somehow on the low ground. This shotgun trade goes out. He doesn't quite connect. Fuzzy is all the way at the bottom layer here. Animal knows he has a health lead just off of all the tick that's happened so far. And now it's time to fully commit here for the shotgun. Animal connects to Fuzzy and takes that victory royale. That was Fuzzy and Hogman's game, especially after German Love went down in the high ground.
Less of these excess buildings to tuck in. You're generally more aware of where players are, but then you also end up with some just like out in the open rotation, like this. Gosh, just walking out in the open and picking up Hornet and not, he has used no utility. He simply just, you know, they say you don't walk it right on in, and Nosh did, man. He could have flown, but instead, no problem there. We're hopping on over to Symphony and Branchies.
Probably to blame for that suppressed rifle, right? Like having that just low profile. No one knows he's firing at players. But Symphony, with the loud AR here, takes out a player there. That's going to be a nice drop right there. Symphony is on.
Should stick to get the commit. Does get the one wall replaced.
Oh, he knows.
He knows that player's there. He wants to try and get both of these now as that 30 HP player is going to be forced back down again by the Storm. Didn't look like he got a tag, so no credit. Oh, no, he did get a credit.
Even if the Storm takes him, he just finished him off
because he had gotten the tag when it ended up coming through. That's correct.
And Funk, who have the high ground, so they're a little bit split here, but Funk is keeping control of the air game right now.
Yeah, very split. And Funk also pseudo-exposed. They're not covering his sides, and now he's getting challenged, probably making the call out as Nate is trying to get back up to him, working his way up the side, now joining up with his teammate as they try and pick the targets out of the air. Great tracking from Nate. Zex West getting knocked there out in the open, but you have to convert on these. Funk does it with that suppressed sniper rifle. He says, yep, you're not getting away, gonna get that. You have Hogman hanging around, playing baller, using that grappler to just try and stay just on the underside of these high grounds, not be a target as Nate Hill and Funk continue to try and pressure for elims as they're inside that top 15. And he also gets RNG there as he continues to push into the zone.
Losing their positioning. Nate Hill obviously just fell down the mountain, so this is going to be a weird one, but doesn't matter. Funk with the dominant position catches tickers on the rotation. Now he's looking down to see if he can support his duo teammate. Can he get down in time? There it is. He finds another player here. Down comes the pressure overhead, looking for the side ramp. Doesn't quite find it, but some third party from above. He's going to put some pressure on Funk here.
One of those teams who was in a stone's throw of being top 3, as was Fuzzy and Hogman, as Hogman picks up Jay Leong, but Fuzzy is about to get converted over. Symphony picking up Nosh. Ranchi's picking up Chaotic. Now 12 players remaining, 8 duos left. Some disco going on over there as Nate Hill picks up Funky Savage and groups back up with Funk Bomb. Rum Dogs and duo. Nate and Funk retook the high ground, but Hogman and Symphony are in that 1v1 on the low ground like you called out.
And they turn it, and oh no! Symphony converts that Elim in the zone, allows him to escape from the storm there, and that's going to be a big elimination for him because I think that just basically throws Hogman out the lobby. He needed all those points that he can get. I don't think he gets the next threshold for placement at that point right there because there are still 6 duos left here.
No, needed those points, particularly if you're playing more passive and in the ballers. As you now see, Funk and Nate Hill have converted this up into 5 Elins as Zealous finally shuts down Symphony, and we get our top 5. Symphony missing out on those points, but Funk and Nate being pushed up to 80. We talked about it, how right before the standings check-in, 75 was that cutoff. You see Zealous Green opting to use the Shadow Bombs. Nate and Funk still from the high ground, just raining down shots, not even bothering to double tarp out, just single tarping, and now water falling their way down. Funk starting to challenge. They see Boof is below him. RTS on that low ground. Puts
Meanwhile,
the RPG up towards it, and they're getting knocked down.
RTS just suddenly found the RPG right there. Players are falling down. Someone's coming down gliding. Can he get this connection? Oh, there was a redeploy right there, but it doesn't matter. Funk goes down. Can he get the shot? And it's Nate Hill who connects in the very last moments there. Even with Funk coming down, he landed a crucial shot there, and Nate Hill managed to follow up right afterwards.
85 points, so Funk took one angle. Once he had gotten him off, Nate then glided down. Have to be careful because like we talked about, we already saw Nate Hill and Funk Bomb were able to push up to 85. They have to at least crack towards that. Maybe the Tempo boys dropped enough, but it's going to take a great effort. But Tfue, no surprise to clutching up. Neither is Cloaksy as the rotation comes out, Monster.
Yeah, they're way ahead of the zone here, but here it is. Things are starting to move. They're going to actually use the launch pad instead of the redeploy. So,
and match what was Nate Hill and Funk Bomb's final moment as Cease picks up another conversion. Zexro also in here trying to get a piece of the prize. As we're into the top 10, Turkey Lips picks up Shaky, so he's going to be out of the running. Zexro also ends up going down. That's 2 top 10 teams being eliminated as Tessie converts there and starts dropping Dynamite down into that low ground. You see one player in the Shadow Bomb. He's sitting on 82 points, needs at least 3 to match Nate Hill and Funk, not including Cease and Elevate, who are also challenging for this lobby. It's so close, Monster.
And he's so close to getting some more placement points. This is it. These are the final moments. Another player drops down. He's getting pressure. This is not what you want. Tfue has to make a big decision here. He knows there's a team of 2 above him. Misses the shot. Someone lands on him with the Shadow Bomb.
You heard him for a half second. You saw him for a half second, and Tfue gets punked. That'll be it. They won't catch Nate Hill in Funk. Will Cease be able to do anything about it? Will Vinny be able to pop off? His partner's already down, but there's 7 duos left. 10 players remaining, and Cessy and Trappy are running the high ground right now.
They are these teams' worst nightmare. All of these guys are so close to making it to New York City, but Trappy and Sexy are just shutting it down. This is just their game right now. Down goes Outlet, and they are so loaded. They have all the mats in the world right now.
6 duos remaining. You have Colin, Frags, trying to take advantage of it as the Parallel Boys pick up Tyler 15, 2v2v1, but Turkey Lips takes advantage of Gage, picks him up there, now trying to track for FC, but gets blocked out of the zone, needs to get the edit around the side. FC track him, and FC finds him. Cessy dropping down, and Cessy and Trappy close it out, pick up the last Elim in the victory route for 65 points. Not going to be enough, but what's enough for them is playing spoiler.
Games around, get big elimination chain, so anything can happen here. Ninja catches Kai CS. That's a huge shot. Ninja just known for connecting.
Yeah, great work there, getting it done in the clutch, finding Kai on the rotation, and they want to keep pushing forward, getting whatever resources they can
from region to region. So if you're not catching up or watching all of the region, guys, I encourage you guys, stick around because you don't know what you're gonna see. Things are constantly evolving. This aspect just slaps Grand Mets out of the sky, straight out of the sky. That's a big point for him. That puts him up to 70.
Into that top 15, Reverse Ninja going to require a monumental effort, but They're no strangers to clutching up. Top 17. Brush gets knocked, and that's a huge impact one. They're the players sitting on 86 points in second place. If you can deny them, it's a chance to claw up and pass them as well. B-Hegs gets the Saints, waiting for those conversions to come through. 16 duos left. Ninja, great edits, constantly peeking around, drops down into the box, and he gets it. Maze goes down, high impact, 4-point swing there. 72 points now for Ninja and Reverse. Looking for the baller, looking for anything, but he has tons of math. Edit on the side.
99 and catches the ramp, but he gets clapped from the side here, and the trade out happens. It's Native who catches the knock, but Reverse trades the knockout, and now it's Reverse who's left to get more points in his lobby. He's using his Storm to his benefit here. He doesn't want this guy to come through. This is time to get on offense. Here it is. Reverse looking for the pump shot. Can he hit it?
Top 11. He needs to just wait it out. Top 10 now, so that's 2 more points. 75, but no.
Set it down by...
But that's Mad Scientist, which means him and Grove are still in the match, and there they are on top of each other. They had the opportunity. A great 180 flick, and that's Sizz Lucky going down as well. Mad Scientist hopping on his back saying, do everything I can, Grove. You carried me earlier today. I'll do the rest. I'll be the Mad Scientist. Get into the zone. The player is just editing him out. Instead, they punch through. Less than 50 effective HP. No! The run ends. The Cinderella run for Scientist and Grove is over. Week 2 qualifiers. Crims and Spades on the high ground. The 2 forward GG players on the mid tarp. Spoof is cute. Janik and B-Hegs all on the low. Spades in the top right. Spoof in the bottom right. As Janik goes down. 4 duos remaining, 6 players left, Monster.
For every elim that doesn't go to 4GG, their placement spot is slipping away. They are in top 10, so they need placements, they need elims. All of this matters. Ramen and Sexy Hero is getting pressured right now, but it's Crims and his duo, they're just doing so good. They already qualified, they're yoinking these points as Forward goes down to them as well. Here it is, Sundown, the final moments.
They're looking for it. You see Spades and Crims, they want to close it out. They want to show that it was no fluke. They're just as good. They want as much of the prize pool as they can get, and Spoof wants to come up a clutch. The 59 points won't be enough for a qualifying spot, but it's all about the glory, making the plays, doing it on the main stage, and getting yourself a little bit of extra cash, but instead, Spades closes it out with the poison trap.
And we still just talk about really quickly, here it is.
And Zayt and Saf at the top have qualified, followed by Tempo Brush and Tempo's Sizz Lucky, Nate Hill and FaZe Funk.
Oh my.
They jump up into third place. These are the 3 duos that will be joining us for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. They edged out Cease and Elevate, who were going toe-to-toe for so long. They edge out Fuzzy and Hogman, Cloak and Tifu. These guys were...
Zexro and Vinny. This entire top 10 is monster players. Even Eric Cole, he dates way back to the Skirmish days as well. All of these guys, this is like no strangers on this top 10 right here.
I mean, and we saw the final finish from Nate Hill and Funk to be able to clutch up, get the victory out, get the elims they need. I mean, that was the difference maker. I mean, that's huge for them too.
Yeah, for sure. And don't forget, Wolfgang Crims, Spades have already gone through. That's what this little icon is here. So they are already making it through.
And now Funk Bomb actually joins the NA club as a double qualifier.
He did double qualify
last week. So congratulations to Funk Bomb. You said, hey, just keep practicing, keep going. You and Nate, prime example of that, going to New York City.
This is such a big moment for all these players. So together, let's add their names to the list of players that will be joining us in the finals. Zayt and Saf, Brush and Sizz Lucky, Nate Hill and Funk Bomb. Congratulations to you guys. We'll see you guys at the finals. Now, what I wanted to take a moment to do is dive in specifically with Zayt and Saf and kind of break down kind of how they got to where they were going. So we'll take a look at this graphic together, gentlemen. Here on the left, we got a breakdown of eliminations and where they placed in their games. 11 eliminations, 10, 4, double zeros here, 11, 9, a 17 bomb. This was substantial. You can also see their breakdown here as far as placement goes. Now, Sundown specifically talked to me about the differences, placement versus elim.
So honestly, they're a little more of an outlier here in terms of this regard, being outside of kind of the typical 60-40 range that we've seen from being one of the top players. But a big reason for that, Zeke, you talked about it. The 17 down here, and then the 10 and 11 right off of the start. I mean, this a little more like, I don't want to say typical, but earlier games, it kind of happens. Closing out 3 of your last 4 games with 17, 9, and then 11, that is massive. They got 37 elimination points.
And then,
in 3 of their last 4
think about
games.
this. This is probably the game where they're like, hey, we're running out of time. Let's get a W key game in. Look at what that
Like, we're
turned
gonna go
into,
real
right?
fast,
As you hit the final moments and you don't have a lot of time left.